I made a review about that lens more than a year ago, link in the description below. I was in Palawan crossing the island going to a beach, and in this video I said, and you can even pair it with the R50 or R10 and you still will get great results and for a cheaper price. Today I will try to prove it to you because I have the Canon R50 since a month now, but this time I am in Iloilo, the city of love. We are in Panay Island in the heart of the Philippines. And here is a proof that we are near the center. We can learn how to survive an earthquake in the elevators. We will take the Canon R50, the RF100-400 and the Renox DCR250. We will take photos, make a few tests, and we will visit two green places. The Garden of Love, which is a perfect place to enjoy macro photography, and the Esplanade, which is a 9-kilometer long linear park along the large river that crosses the city. And I like that Esplanade, far enough from the road for the most part, peaceful, and there is a lot of gardener who take good care of it. I first stopped when I saw a young fisherman between the footpath and the river. He was sitting on a plank between the mangrove trees. I asked him if I could take photos of him and he agreed. But what caught my attention was in the water. This is from a distance and I have no idea what they are doing or what kind of fish it is. Did you know that there are an estimated 12 million stray dogs and cats in the Philippines? Anyway, I got that one at 225mm f7.1. It has a nice soft sunlight filtered by the tree on his face. The shutter speed is only 1/40th of a second because of the dark aperture of that lens, and the tree are also blocking a lot of light actually. But with the help of the image stabilization of the RF100-400, it was fine. I like also this one with the bokeh balls in the background at f5.6. Coming up, bird in flight and a little bit of macro photography, but for now there is that white pigeon up there. As you see, I am moving toward it, and at every few meters I take a photo mostly in spot or point AF. I am at ISO 100 f8 and I just change the shutter speed, making sure that I don't blow out the whites. I used topaz denoised for this bird, but here at least I give you the original without topaz or anything. That yellow-vented bulbul came visit that same tree. And that was it for my first morning, but on the way home I saw that little brown shrike, also known as the butcher bird, because he likes to impale its prey on thorn or sharp objects. Ah, beautiful nature. I live there, and with the RF100-400 I could isolate parts of the town and do a bit of cityscape. The only problem is that I had to shoot through the window in most cases. Then I went to Iloilo Garden of Love, a very nice place with a lot of frogs, dragonflies and grass butterflies. At least that's what you see the most. Now keep in mind that the R50 can record videos in 4K at 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second. And it can also do 60 up to 120 frames per second at a lower resolution of 1080p. And all this can be more or less compressed. If you choose IPB standard, you get bigger files with optimum quality. If you choose IPB light, you have smaller files with slightly lower quality. So let's make a few tests. First, I got that huge Carpenter B in 1080p at 60 frames per second, standard IPB, 2x slow motion, with lens stabilization and optical stabilization. So there is a very small crop. In my opinion, this is not bad at all, and for that kind of shoot handheld with everything moving in the frame, I think it's actually very good. The R50 doesn't have in-body image stabilization, so let's see how it performs with the options that we have while recording a dragonfly. Keep in mind that I am in a squatting position, leaning forward to get closer to my subject, purely handholding, and I get tired and more unstable over time. No stabilization at all here. Now lens stabilization only. Now lens stabilization with a little crop of the digital image stabilization. Now lens stabilization and a bigger crop of the enhanced stabilization. And I realized that I never produced anything with the optimum resolution, which is 4K IPB standard for less compressed files and HDR PQ turned on for the 8-bit 422 instead of the 420. But anyway, let's focus on the lens. I shot a couple of macro photography with the Renox, and here is a very small grass blue butterfly. I didn't see the other little subject while taking the photo. I was trying to frame those two bokeh balls here. No crop for this one. I am at about 10 centimeters of working distance. And lastly, I shot that little bee inside a flower. It was very hard to get because of the wind.
I wanna be happy like you. I wanna be happy, I do. I wanna feel slightly like you. I wanna be happy like you. I wanna be happy like you. I wanna be happy, I do. I wanna feel slightly like you.
Then a crazy bulbul came again on the tree near me, very close to me.
I want to be happy like you. How do you do it? How do you do? I want to be happy, I do. How do you do it? Tell me the
The Garden of Love is actually along the river, so I crossed another bridge to join the Esplanade to try my luck over there. And that place right there was a good spot for birds in flight. At first I saw an egret in a difficult angle. And that's what I was looking at, and that makes me think about the YouTubers who tell you that the camera doesn't matter. They probably never heard about wildlife photography. My setup with animal eyes tracking did a great job here. I saw an insect on that rusty fence, so I took a photo with the Renox. Shutter speed 1/80th of a second. It was in the shade of the bridge. And final test with a few birds in flight. Can I take a decent photo with my RF100-400 coupled with my R50? Oh, pwede naman, walang problema, simpleng simple. Here are my birds from far away to close enough. A Brahminy kite. Too far. This one is probably a crowned night heron. Correct me if I'm wrong. Too far. This one is hard to photograph. They go fast, and suddenly they go super fast, and they vanish into the horizon. It's a white-winged tern. Too far. They are so fast that when I check my photos, they are often in a corner of the frame, or not in the frame at all. But we start to get something decent here with the help of Topaz denoise. And finally, the usual egret saved the day. Close and big enough. Overall, that's a great combo, very versatile at an attractive price. The animal autofocus with that setup is great, fast enough, the combo is lightweight, the lens is sharp, the image stabilization is good for photo. For video it's okay, but you cannot beat a tripod yet. Maybe Panasonic can, maybe Nikon will. I will investigate the Nikon case very soon. The downside of that setup for me would be the small grip. I like when it's more comfortable. And now after 2 years I can see a few dust spots inside the lens, but still not a problem so far. They are not in the center of the glass. And that's it. Bye.